Our theme of this conference, transforming the customer experience. It is really very relevant to the context of the rapidly changing environment that the banks are currently facing.
International financial regulators have resorted to more sanctions recently to implement policies to ensure compliance around the world. Incidents of non-compliance with these sanctions can result in heavy fines.
The first thing they must do is recognize that service is not only for the external customer. Everyone who works inside the bank is also serving someone else. And very often that's an internal service relationship or working between different organizations within the worldwide banking sector. So to improve service means to improve service in all of those areas, not just customer service.
As we know, de-risking will affect the financial stability and the financial inclusion. So regulators has to attain to the correspondent bank requirements in order to issue some circulars or laws that will satisfy their needs.
The key issue is that there has not been sufficient communication amongst the various counterparts that are involved in the business of finance. So to the extent public-private fora can be opened up so that the communication is more rapid, more frequent, everybody understands then there is a common problem. Approaching it in silos does not necessarily help to get to a solution of the problem.
The three standout aspects of today's conference were customer experience, de-risking in correspondent banking and cybersecurity. Customer experience, we had some really good presentations from various people on that, including the Governor of the Central Bank of the UAE and the Chairman of the UBF, UAE Banks Federation.
It's very important, the digital mentality within the company, and one thing that banks can do and other companies is not only define customer journeys but also employee journeys and allow for employees to feel like develop within the company, in touch with the new technologies, with the new talent that is outside, creating initiatives like inviting the startups to share knowledge, creating internal community forums where people can share information.
Well, I've chaired 4 Middle East banking forums now. First started in 2013. This is the 4th and biggest. This year we had about 430, 440 delegates and speakers. Last year was about 330, so a lot bigger. The topics were different. I mean, some commonality in topics, but the main theme of this year's conference was transforming customer experience.
We have such a varied number of speakers this morning. I think everybody certainly brought a different element to what we're chatting about today. But I think some of the key themes certainly has to be about knowing your customer and being able to give them personalized solutions, making sure you can understand what they need and what they want. Today we heard why a number of people, particularly millennials, want to be able to scrap the face-to-face interaction. They want to be able to do banking on their phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Then I think sometimes you speak to people in the more traditional, slightly older generation, they like the face-to-face interaction. They like being able to come into the brand.
Events like this are fabulous. Great networking opportunities along with great candid discussion, whether it's through plenary discussion or through the panel. Always come to things like this, always learn something, always go away thinking, I wish it could have lasted for longer.